Oh, hey, Frost. Night Llama, Sick Heart, Audio Cell. What are you talking about, Audio Cell? Oh, here he is, the man himself. Welcome to the Dr. Fourth Wall episode 2. Scurvy Rum, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty well. I still sound like shit, but the place
Ha-
that I'm at like right now, I'm calling it a fucking petri dish because I've gotten the same cold like twice in 2 fucking weeks.
yeah. For a while, right back after me and my siblings, we went on to like a little trip to the Mardi Gras place, and um, it was in early January. It was like some kind of Mardi Gras dance party. They were having alcohol and all kinds of crap. Right when I got back, I got sick as fuck, and I kind of got better for a little bit, and then it came back even harder, and um, and on top of that, I got conjunctivitis, and I couldn't put my contacts in.
Damn, that fucking sucks.
Oh yeah. So, aside from your cold, everything going all right with you?
Yeah, I'd say so. You missed the show last night. I was singing a little bit of "I Am All of Me," from Shadow the Hedgehog. You miss. I even said like, if only Fourth Wall was here, he'd appreciate that.
Uh, yeah, how was at work last night? So,
Gotcha. Then literally right after the show, I was like, I was so fucking drunk that I was like, oh, it's time to go to bed.
yeah.
I mean, it's not the first time that happened since I moved in here. Though I think the first time that happened, I think I was just so fucking tired. So yeah,
Oh, it happens.
yep.
So, first on today's streams list, I've got a little article. Basically, it's about women freaking out um, why the trad wife movement is quote unquote toxic and scary. Let's see if the StreamYards will work. Share screen.
If I were to take a gander at who wrote that article, I'm guessing it's a 30 something or a 40 something year old woman who is way past her prime and is pissed off that the younger women are actually starting to like take heed at what the young men with value want.
I'd say it's one of those two. It's either that or it's one of these young college chicks who it's hashtag go queen, hashtag sexual liberation type of crap.
So like some of my classmates. Yep,
Yeah.
I have to deal with that a lot now again.
Oh, you're in college?
Yep, grad school specifically. But man, I'm not looking forward to I'm hoping I don't have to work with any of these fucking people by the time I graduate. Not likely considering one of the places that I'm kind of looking at like you actually are required to carry a little piece on you or something. Yeah, you have to use euphemisms here on YouTube, so we can't say
Oh, you mean
the
a long range hole puncher?
yeah. And so when
Okay.
I heard about that, I had the biggest fucking grin on my face. I was just everybody else was like, "Who the fuck is this kid? Who the fuck is this guy?" Just like autistically giggling at the fact that it's like you could having a firearm to protect yourself in the workplace such a bad thing. In my mind, I'm just like, no, that's fucking awesome. That means I get a that means that means I get to you know actually feel a bit more protected.
Yeah, you don't have to let people walk all over you. You know, it's not like, oh, if some homeless squatter's trying to take a shit on your front porch, you know, you
Yep.
can't tell them get the fuck up. But wait, this is required at your workplace, or it's like just
Depend.
allowed?
I think it's required, and
Damn, you don't see that too much
it's mainly
nowadays.
because like it's mainly because it has like such like valuable art like things in the archive. So natural. That's a trade off I'm willing to. If I have to wear business casual, that is a trade off I'm willing to accept.
Yeah, yeah. Night Llama says based workplace. I agree. Uh, he also says scurvy getting fever from them femboys to fix the colds in my head.
I haven't seen. It was only like that one time, and the guy is also in one of my fucking classes. So he naturally he is older than me, and it was just like it's so fucking weird. I think he even lives in my apartment complex too. It's so fucking weird.
Oh,
The drama escalates.
the no, the more like the fucking horror that had to be fucking you have to fucking deal with on that.
Man, yep. It's interesting. So I guess from what I've learned, I guess some of the other people in my program also hop to the same bars I do. So
And these are like college bars or something.
yeah, some of them are pretty fucking grimy, but I get half off on entrance fees. I have no idea why. Maybe this citrus is a dashingly good looking.
Yeah, probably the only trouble I had with a I don't know if he was specifically a femme boy, but he was definitely a feminine gay or what are they called? Flaming gays or something.
Flamboyant.
Yeah, flamboyance. It was in high school. I went to an all boy Catholic high school, but we were doing some kind of retreat, and we had to
Oh
go to one of
no.
those. We had to go to a fucking. We had to go to one of those public schools where anything is fucking allowed. And I was talking to a chick over there, and I guess this gay dude he got mad about it and
Oh.
started talking shit to me. He's like what are you like? And I was like just turned 18 or something. This chick was also like a 17ish going on 18, and he's like look at you hitting on minors, you fucking Hollywood sexual. I turned around I turned around and said, hey, I got some advice for you. Why don't you go suck one more cock before I break your fucking jaw, you little fagoot? And
That's a line right there.
and
But
it was like that fucking video that Chaz made where the gay dude was crying, I was murdered. He
wait,
have
what?
you
Wait,
seen
what
that?
video was that? Was it
It
the
was
Hajime no Ippon video? I haven't seen that
no
one yet.
no, it was a clip from a show called Reno 911 where there's a dude playing as a gay playing as a gay character. He trips and he skins his knee or something, and he starts crying. I was murdered.
So the Nikocado avocado style of crying. It's just water weight.
Uh, wait, I wonder if I can put it in the chat or something. I'll send a link to you actually. Hold on. But essentially, Chaz made a video about it was when Myron Gaines on Fresh and Fit got demonetized, and he started crying over it.
I remember that. I
Uh,
remember that.
yeah, Chaz made a video making fun of Myron Gaines, and he basically put his face on the gay character who was crying, and the cops are running over to him. He's like, "Hey, you okay, dude?" And he's like, "I was murdered."
Oh man, fresh and fed and fraud. Am I right?
Oh yeah,
But I think they're remonetized now. But I remember when, as soon as they got demonetized, the next video that they made was all about fucking cryptocurrency, something financial related. Like I would want to take financial advice from Timon and Pumbaa.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, do you have your article pulled up?
yeah, I got it right here. I'm just sending you the. I'm just gonna send it to you first, and then you can have
Alrighty.
your laugh at that. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. Um, but Chaz made the Chaz made the clip, and then Chronic uploaded this as a short.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Fresh and fit when they get demonetized.
That's good shit right there. That's funny.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I turned around and told the kid, choke on a sandpaper cock, you little fagote, before I break your jaw. And he starts crying like that. He was.
So fourth wall. So there's you know how there's like the phenomena in clubs of like the fat bitch who's like she's not interested even though the chick is clearly interested, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
do you
there's
think
memes about that.
the who do you think is worse, the fat chick gatekeeper or the gay man gatekeeper? I'm starting to veer at, I'm certainly veering more towards the fat, like the fat chick one, because though they could get nasty, but at least with the gay ones, I could actually flirt with them a little bit, and then I could get back to trying to talk up the girl.
Yeah, it's. I want to say like I'm not really like in any kind of support of like the gay crap or the LGBT, but like uh, I'd probably say the fat chicks are worse because they can at least work. They're they can work out and get not fat, and then they can get dudes. If you're gay, I mean that's kind of just more of a how can I say it, a mental thing. It's just like, oh, if you're
It
gay,
very
if you're
much
gay,
is.
my
Like
you know
it's
my
more
my
often than
thing
not, it's
is
like
just
sorry, I'll
go
let you
ahead.
speak.
Okay. um it's like as long as you're just like keeping that in the fucking bedroom in a way, not pushing, not uh not dressing feminine in my face, I really don't care. But
Yeah, basically, when it comes to a lot of that, it's like a lot of that stuff actually stems from like trauma or whatnot. It's something nobody ever wants to talk about, but it's like you're not born that way. There's no gene. It's like there
yeah,
something does like happen to you.
yeah,
For me, I'm like one of the very like rare people who didn't have anything traumatic happen. Had both parents in his life, and it's just like, well, scurvy's just a bit of a wild animal. That's basically it.
hmm. Yeah, I remember Frost talking about that, and I can't remember who said it, but um in his fitness Discord channel. I don't know if you're in that channel or whatnot, but yeah, someone was like, "Why do people come out as gay?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, it seems strange. It's got to be some kind of influence at least, because there's no gay gene, right? There's nothing in your biology that tells you to be attracted to the same sex." But
Oh yeah.
anyway,
Shall we get to the article, Monfrere?
oh yeah. Why the trad wife movement is toxic and scary.
Wait, hold on. Let's take a look at what this bitch looks like. So I'm squinting in a little bit.
All right, let's see
Of course, she's ugly,
if I can zoom in.
old. I could tell by the face. Old,
she looks
old.
like she looks like the pale lady, but with red hair. Like
Yep.
the same thing that Chaz was using to insult the peaceful Latinas.
Oh, yep.
She looks like that fucking thing.
That's not a pleasant look. That's not a pleasant look. Though it is an easy eye workout. Admittedly, I work out way worse stuff than that.
You gotta have muscles on your
Yep.
eyeballs. Okay. Articles about trad wives have been cropping up all over my social media lately. According to Wikipedia, a trad wife in recent Western culture typically denotes a woman who believes in traditional gender roles and patriarchal marriage. Patriarchal marriage. So, on that quote alone, Scurv, what's your thoughts on that first?
Sorry, a little bit of a cough there, but basically, when I read that, I could clearly tell that definition is. Are you familiar with the fallacy of motivated reasoning? That's kind of what that definition comes across as, because that's not what it that's not what it truly is. It's part of it, the traditional gender roles part, but it you could but axe that word patriarchal and you could add traditional in there too, or I'm trying to think of the word, or a proper religious marriage, so to speak. That's another phrase you could use, but they had to use patriarchal
Patriarchal.
because the person writing the article is clearly motivated by something to try to slander the chicks who are actually acting how they should, to basically imply that, oh, it's a bad thing. Patriarchal has a quite the negative connotation these days, even though it's like the world has been patriarchal for majority of human history, and those societies typically have lasted quite a long time.
Well, pretty much all of human history. And as much as a grifter Andrew Tate is, I did used to like him a lot back in the day. This was an old quote that he brought up. We don't ever hear about matriarchies throughout history. I'm sure they've been tried, but what happened? They got fucking decimated by the patriarchies. They got wiped out because women naturally are not competitive.
Yep, and even the matriarchies that did exist, like, they were not as advanced as their patriarchal neighbors. The masculine drive to improve and to help and to like make their society prosper for a long time. It's like that's something else that has also been a commonality throughout all of human history. If you think about it, it was a man who invented, the dishwasher, the laundry machines that we all use today. And yet apparently, I remember, I saw like this chick, right? uh Doing laundry and doing the dishes gives her anxiety, so she had to hire a maid to but she was basically a fucking financial drain on the family.
Mm, yep. All right. To continue on, this lifestyle is very much identical to that of the 1950s, where strict gender roles were enforced. A woman's place in the kitchen, in the home, taking care of her husband and children, whilst the man was the breadwinner and financial provider.
Is that such a bad thing though? Like, these people can never truly ask themselves that question. It's like, is that truly a bad thing? They read something like that, or the typical readers of this stuff would read something like that, and they would be like, oh my goodness, that's so evil. Not because of their own free will, but they were brainwashed into believing so.
Yeah. And again, key word right here. You see where I got the cursor on the mouse?
Um, where? Highlight the word or phrase. Enforced. Oh yeah, that little word right there. Once again, another instance of motivated reasoning.
Yep. Many millennial and Gen Z women are taking to social media to wax lyrical about being trad wives. These young women have given up their careers or studies and interests in order to serve their husbands. Again, acting like that's such a terrible thing. I remember hearing an old term from my dad. Sometimes it's sacrifice early so you can enjoy things later on, right?
Mm-hmm. Delay
Um,
of gratification. Yes.
yeah. The thing is like, with these modern chicks, they say, oh, giving up their careers and studies and interests and whatnot, or their quote unquote freedom to serve their husband. It's so you can be happy, later on you can have some kids, uh, and then when you're done raising those kids, when they're when they're older and whatnot, then you can, potentially try out your new interests, because you're only going to be 24, you're 22 or 20, you're only going to be that young once, and you're not going to get that back.
Yep. I'd rather have my kids just be like regular Spurgs than like Spurgs with additional fucking health problems because she decided, "Oh, I have to chase a career. I have to do this." And then she's 35 and the kids turn out like, well, my twin brother and my older sister. They I was basically the only healthy one because my mom decided to have kids later on in life instead of having them earlier.
Funny enough, I know this may sound very hard to believe, but when my parents had me, my mom was in her fucking like late 40s, early 50s, and my dad was in his 60s.
Damn.
And I don't have autism or Down syndrome or anything. Like,
Damn. You won the
I'm,
genetic lottery.
yeah, Sir Yedis was telling me, what was it? I survived a biological Russian roulette with 5 rounds in the cylinder.
Damn.
Yeah,
Cuz you know who Chris Chan is, right?
I honestly don't. I haven't. I've heard of the name though.
Oh man, he was born to his mom and dad. They were very very like they had him like very late in their lives. Like he even Chris even said it's a miracle as to how I was even born, but I'm glad I'm here. But yeah, and oh boy, you did survive the the lottery right there.
Yep. Okay. Seeing these self-proclaimed tradwise is like being transported into the 1950s. Their videos on TikTok are reminiscent of 1950s adverts featuring housewives promoting the latest domestic appliance in an overly cheery voice. One of these TikTokers is a young woman named SDC Williams, 24, who claims to spend 5 hours a day in the kitchen and says her job is to make her husband's life easier. She even dropped out of the university to focus on her husband's needs. She also claims that women are happiest when they're at home taking care of the house and their family.
That is
Uh,
true. It is
yeah,
biologically wired in them to want kids and to take care of a strong man.
yeah, and to take care of their kids' needs and whatnot. I do
Hmm.
have one little comment though about uh, TikTokers is that most of the stuff on TikTok is probably fake and just for attention. But
Yeah,
if
that's
she
also true.
truly, but if she truly is, 24-year-old trad wife, then good.
Though I do know the TikToker in particular, that TikToker in particular. She's actually not faking it. Like everybody thinks she is, but she actually isn't. Like
Oh,
which surprises me because usually it's like no fucking way. A woman who looks like that and she's pretty good looking, I'd say, and is talking and is dressing like the 1950s housewife or whatnot. That's probably I think that's the part of I think that's mainly for the aesthetic, but it's like I but she actually does practice what she preaches. Like she and her husband go to the gym together. They like she very much has is committed to that relationship, and she's very eager. Is very eager to talk about her her husband or whatnot, and how he's a good man or whatnot.
hmm. Yeah, that's I mean, since you say that she ain't fake, that's good. I'm proud of her. But yeah,
Hmm.
only most two types of trads from what I've seen posted online a bunch. It's like either they're faking it or they're like right about to hit the wall or they are post wall.
Fem sapien.
Shoe on head.
More like shoe giving head because I basically disregard her opinion because if you could see dude, if you could see a bitch's titties online, it's like no, she's not act like she I just think she's fucking grifting. If you could see her all the tatas on full display, is
Yeah.
that somebody you shouldn't be taking seriously?
Yeah, it's just an attention gathering thing. Um, and also what they said right here. Check this out. 5 hours. You know,
Oh, that's
sure.
so hard.
Yeah, it's like sure, it's work, and 5 hours, is a little bit of a long time, but really compared to what most shifts that men will work, you know, at work, that's really not too bad. Let's say if you spend uh maybe 14 to 16 hours awake, that's out of 16 hours. Like, really, that's not bad.
Hmm. But also, what so many of these feminist bitches don't realize is like, you are being you technically are being paid to be a housewife by your husband. He's the one providing you with food, AC, a place to sleep, and also, if he's not on like hard times or whatnot, he'll give you a little bit of spending money too. So you're making more than minimum wage, that's for sure.
Yeah. um Excuse me.
And also, once somebody like actually gets into like a pretty good flow, it's like they're like they could actually get things done like quicker each and every time. So
Oh
it might
yeah,
be 5 hours for her right now, but soon it's going to be four, and then probably,
potentially
to be
3.
realistic, potentially three.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, let's.
But I beg to differ, so saith the post-wall feminist. That's where we're at.
Yeah, well, you're similar to your eggs. Your opinion is obsolete.
That's a good one.
Yep. um oh, oh, that's what she actually said at the beginning of the paragraph. I
Yep.
beg to differ. Unfortunately, there's a growing movement of tradwives. While I do believe in freedom of choice, I
No, she
struggle to
doesn't. She
understand.
doesn't actually believe that.
Yeah, I struggle to understand why these women would choose a lifestyle which has trapped and hindered women for centuries. These tradwives claim to be perfectly happy, but I can't help but feel that this notion comes out of internalized t- toxic femininity. That's a first. I've heard that in an article for a while. And in an uncertain and scary world reverting to tradition and familiarity, which these women mistake for safety and security. These tradwives tend to romanticize the 1950s era, where it was a really dark era for many women, which paved the way for radical change.
1950s. That's a little bit too modern for my taste. How about we go back? So here's kind of the idea that I have. We go back to the cultural values of Ptolemaic Egypt, but we keep 2010s gaming and modern day appliances. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Um,
So we're going way back into history. I remember it's like I think it was like Chronic said this one time. Like Freedom Tunes wants us to go back to the '60s. I want us to go back to 1300s Ireland. And then I said to myself while watching the stream, "Nah, man, that's too modern. Let's go back to Ptolemaic Egypt."
yeah. Yeah. Um, I remember. I remember watching an old TFM document where, TFM, right?
Yeah.
Um, where the reason why young guys would lie about their age to get into the military quite often is because women were giving them, and this was like literally at World War I. They were giving them these white feathers, which was like a mark
Ooh.
of shame. With it, like it was a shaming tactic of them not going into war and dying, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And these were like what, 14 to 16-year-old boys. So
Damn, that's fucking brutal. I thought the white feather phenomena happened to, like, like, I don't know, at least the guys who were like 18 or something. I didn't know it applied all the way to when they were 14. That's
yeah,
nutty. Like
yeah.
that honestly provides a lot more nuance into that event as well.
And I remember TFM also said a lot of a lot of those boys like came close to or either did self yeet, which is also very disgusting.
Mhm.
It's condensed like my emotions.
Good.
I mean, that shit changes like the tide.
Mhm.
It's probably for the better. Growing up in the early 90s and early 2000s, my family was what you would call traditional. Oh, was it? My dad went to work whilst my mom stayed at home, but my parents had a very equal relationship. When my dad wasn't at work, he was at home helping to look after us and giving my mom a break. Uh, yeah, what about giving him a break? Hmm?
I mean, that is kind of that is part of the traditional dynamic. It's like, one of you cooks, the other cleans, and it's like, it's actually a sign that he appreciates the effort that you're putting into things by
Yeah,
him
yeah,
helping out every now and then, like on the weekends or something. But also, what I think a lot of modern women don't realize is that you can't just be taking and taking and taking. You gotta give too, and
yeah,
it could be, physically, or or emotionally, or whatnot. I'm mainly talking about the physical stuff,
yeah. I
especially
mean,
if
like,
that guy's a bit of a dog.
right. It's like for for a chick, some it doesn't necessarily always like have to be, um, you know, given the gawk or hopping on the schlong or whatnot to pleasure your husband. Sometimes you could just massage his back or his shoulders or just give him a little kiss on the cheek or just fucking cuddle with him.
Hmm.
It ain't that hard. Um, but what I was saying about him, like, yeah, that was a joke. But what you also say, it's true. It's good that he was helping his wife to show appreciation for her. Um, he was happy to help my mom, though she won't allow anyone to take over in the kitchen because she loves to cook and feed people. Hmm. Based mom. My mom didn't really have a choice to go to work because one of my brothers grew up extremely disabled with extremely complex needs. Hmm. Maybe she had him post wall. I'd hope not. As with a special needs child, they require more attention and care than children without any needs. My dad went to work as he had a steady career, and in those times, men still earned more than women. They still do. It's just that women have more standards. And they have more empowerment in places in the work. It was an extremely difficult situation, but my mom said that if my brother were born healthy, she would have gone back to work and properly have focused on her career. Luckily, my dad was very family oriented and extremely loving. He was happy to do his fair share of childcare and housework. Despite difficult circumstances, my mom did work when we were older, and my brother went to school. My dad was more than happy for her to work and encouraged her. She worked as a journalist and writer, and she had her own interests which she pursued, though her career didn't flourish as much because of caring for my brother. My mom is also very maternal and was happy to stay at home when we were younger, although I wouldn't want to be a full-time stay-at-home mother. I understand that there are women who do want to do that, although I do think that their partners should help out with childcare and housework. There are stay at home moms, unfortunately, who are overburdened and undersupported by partners who think that they have it easy and refuse to do their fair share. That, for me, is an example of toxic masculinity.
Does this bitch have
Treadwives.
any evidence for that claim? I'd love for her to have a little hyperlink in one of those words somewhere, because that could actually, be a chance to, I don't know, prove your point.
Well, st- yeah, more or less statistics. Like, what are the chances of traditional families having abusive parents or having an
Hmm.
abusive, toxic male partner, right?
Yeah, like show some, like, in an article like this, you kind of have to show some statistics, because I mean, we all know that the like a traditional, like, family structure, or even, like, and traditional can also be applied to, like, multi-generational homes too. But we all know that environments like that, they are the best for children.
Yeah,
And
and
also, you have to, of course, no hymen, no diamond, or my personal motto, she didn't lose it to me, off to the streets with thee.
that's a new one. I like that. Uh,
Came up with it myself.
yeah, you'd share that one with the warband. They'd probably love that. Um, that for me is an example of toxic masculinity. Tried. Okay, where did I leave off? Trad
Trad
wives
wives in
enforce
force.
these toxic ideals and expectations, such as a man not helping out with chores or childcare. Trad wives like S.D.C. Williams emphasize that their husbands shouldn't have to lift a finger.
Is that such a bad thing? It's like, whatever happened to, like, both partners providing each other with peace of mind?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a one-way street, but it's like that's also a sign of appreciation. It's like, you guys, like, when you're around each other, you're not bickering and fighting. Like, you're actually, like, and arguments will always happen. It's inevitable, even in the most, like, purest, lovey-dovey relationships. But still, it's like, eh, for the most part, you guys are giving each other peace of mind, and that's a sign of appreciation.
right, right. Um, how can I put this? Like, is it good? Like you said before, Scurvy. Is it good to have the husband help out with childcare or chores a little once in a while? Sure, absolutely. Uh, again, have the majority of that task be the woman's job, and have the man do the majority task of what he's designed to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
basically. And of course, the dad's gonna be, in the kid's life too. That's also important.
yeah, what's good is let the dads have some fun time, have some fun with their kids, because
Yep,
like
playing
what
catch and all that.
yeah, like me and my dad, we used to go out and play soccer together, or we'd go out fishing or hunting.
Yeah, my dad and I, like, we like to, when I was younger, like a pretty young kid, we just, like, hit, like, we had tennis rackets, and we hit little tennis ball around in the street. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, you know all about hitting balls, don't you?
Ah, you. And by, hitting balls, I mean, kneeing them if somebody tries to pick a fight with me.
I don't agree with a woman staying at home when she doesn't have children, or when her children are old enough to start nursery or school. A woman is more than just a wife and mother. Hmm, I don't know about
Who?
that statement. Like, yeah, that like don't fucking treat them like shit when they're being good to you, obviously. But that's biologically what they are designed for. What if I said,
Basically.
men are more than just a protector and a provider? Hmm? Like, yeah, don't treat us like shit, but biologically, that's what we
That.
are. That's what we're
Mm-hmm.
designed as.
That's our job.
Enforcing these ideal that a woman's sole role should be to serve her man and children is dangerous. It
Oh no!
undoes all of the changes that feminists have, quote unquote, fought
Fought.
for.
Right. Fought for. Right. And it
Aside of
wasn't just
bitching and
government
moaning,
fiat.
yeah, aside bitching
Implying it
and
was,
moaning,
yeah,
nothing
implying it
would
was
do
anything
nothing.
more than government fiat.
It
Fucking
will.
hysterical.
Yeah. It reverts back to the days when women were financially dependent on men and had scarce opportunities in the job world. Tradwives believe that women should be financially dependent on their husbands and claim that their husbands give them an allowance.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier. It's like that. That's. I mean, I don't think I'd frame it like that, but it's like you do get some extra spending money. That's a sign. You are getting paid.
To a degree, like if I were to ever get married, there are some types of jobs where you do earn financial income that I could allow my wife to do. Like if she did a computer coding in the office or some shit, like I'm okay with that. Or if she drew art and wanted to sell that online, then sure,
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't have too much a problem with that.
there's there are plenty of like professions these days, especially where you can like just stay home, get good at your craft when you're done with your responsibilities, and you can make some extra money for the family.
Hmm.
Like there are
Well,
things that you can do that aren't like you know go work at a soul sucking office job.
yeah, oh yeah. And one quick little topic I'd like to touch on. So, scarce opportunities. I remember Grey Ghost saying, uh, um, women have the most choices, options in their lives nowadays, and they're miserable, right?
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, they have so many damn choices, they can't make up their mind on who to pick or whatnot. And I remember Grey Ghost saying that it was kind of similar to the same argument that a lot of anti-capitalism people or a lot of communists would say. In order to make them happy, you have to take away some of their options.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I know there's an example of like the growth, like how many brands of like you could use. I'm just gonna use ketchup as an example here. Like the amount of brands of ketchup and the types of ketchup that are there. It's like you're most likely not really gonna make a choice if there's so many different kinds. And
Yeah,
that's what's happening. I mean, I think this phenomena is most common in like online dating apps or whatnot. It's like you have so many choices, and it's like, oh, do I go with Chad? Do I go with Tyrone? Do I go with Enrique? Do I go with Chang?
do I go with Big Dick Randy?
Big Dick Randy.
Yep.
So we all know what Randy's going after. So I don't think no chick would have an opportunity with him.
Hmm. The idea of women having an allowance sickens me. It sounds like something out of Jane Austen's time. There's no greater freedom than a woman having her own money regardless of how much she earns. You don't need to be a high powered career woman to have your own money and independence. I think it's important for your own sanity to have work regardless of the hours or pay. Many of the tradwives' claims that they'd rather be a housewife than be burnt out working at a job they hate. Again, there's a wild swing towards idealization and the grass being greener on the other side. I do agree that the world of work can be demoralizing, competitive, and frustrating, but surely the solution is finding a job that you enjoy instead of being a housewife. There are different solutions towards finding work that is more suitable and enjoyable. That doesn't include housework. I'd say, the triad wife claims, they'd rather be a housewife than be burnt out working a job they hate is pretty, um, yeah, that's pretty based
It's
because,
also biological too. It's like they actually do get fulfillment. Even the most like ardent feminist who does have kids and somehow still has a man like her husband in her life. It's like even the most ardent of feminists in that condition will say, I will never regret having kids
yeah,
because it's what they're supposed to do.
well, yeah, it's what they're biologically designed for, majority wise. Um, but it's also, I remember this. I'm going to talk some biology here. Um,
Alrighty, I could keep up.
Usually, stress can cause. I remember stress causes aging to be faster, and especially like if your wife is pregnant or whatnot, stress can also be very harmful on the baby. There's like certain hormones that get secreted with throughout
Mm-hmm.
her system. Um, and you know the old saying, men age like wine and women age like milk.
Yep.
If you want to keep your chick from aging less, then having her work is probably better off not, or having her work too much is probably better off the table.
Yep. Just do the necessities and then relax with the kids. Like it's pretty simple.
Ooh, here's where it gets juicy. Being a housewife isn't work as you aren't being paid for your labor.
We just debunked that.
Right there. It is work. You are getting paid for it. You know why? You are you are provided with a roof over your head, food on the table in front of you, air conditioning, electricity, TV, and the chick before, she was saying like she only had to do 5 hours. Like, just do the 5 hours of work. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe 6 hours if you include cleaning stuff, perhaps. Uh, you can still have a great fucking time. Like, you could watch TV, you could fucking draw or sew, anything you want.
Mm-hmm. That side hustle, you know?
Oh yeah, it's akin to modern day slavery.
Oh, that's totally not hyperbolic right there.
It's cheaper for a man to have a woman clean up his shit and cook for him for free than actually pay a cleaner or cook. Uh, I don't recall the cleaner or cook fucking living under his roof. Hell, it'd probably be cheaper for him to pay a cleaner or cook if that's the fucking case, especially in this day and age.
Mm.
The thought of it enrages me.
Grrr.
So in order for a woman to be under the man's roof for free, she needs to clean and cook for him in exchange. Yeah, just clean and cook, maybe a little maybe show him a little bit of a good
Little,
fucking time. It's
little
not that hard.
bedroom action, and then you know, like that goes a long way. It turns out
Hmm.
men like to feel appreciated.
Yeah, and if you have a good guy, if you give him that reward, the more you do it for him, the more he's gonna be motivated for you to do shit for you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and our and how simps are, to a degree, simping is a part of a man's biology as well. You know, if you give him those favors, he'll simp for you. He will treat you like a fucking queen. I guarantee it. Um, whilst some may argue that it's a fair exchange of labor, I beg to differ. Whilst I agree, then when you stay with someone, especially free of charge, you should do your fair share of chores and cooking. You are not indebted to be their slave. That's not slavery.
It isn't. Like that's also such a grift right there, because like whenever a feminist is like, "Oh, that's literally slavery." It's like, no it isn't. That's not slavery.
Yes,
Like she is being compensated for her labor. How is that slavery? Like
yeah.
just because the paycheck is not from Shekel McGoystein, it's like it doesn't matter. Like, wouldn't you rather be paid by somebody who actually appreciates your labor?
Mm-hmm. You know, Scurvy. So I'll tell you what fucking slavery is. Slavery is doing that with a fucking chain around your neck and having a black eye. That's what
Yep.
fucking slavery would be.
And you're not getting and you're the only compensation you're getting is uh, barely anything.
Yeah. Hell, the only compensation you get is probably -1 black eye, or fucking, you know, and yeah, or like maybe sleeping in a shitty cot instead of a nice dry bed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is the man's home too? Surely he should be responsible for taking care of his own home as well. Uh, well, to a degree, he does that by going to work and getting the money he needs to pay for it.
Basically.
How much more of this fucking art? Oh, there's so fucking much. Or
Oh wait. Not quite. Sometimes those things can get deceptive. That little sidebar there can be a little deceptive.
yeah, yeah. Traditionalists blame the feminist movement for everything from higher rates of casual sex to lower marriage and birth rates. That's literally hitting the fucking nail on the head.
She's indirectly saying that we're right by, well, literally saying like that we're right. That sentence alone, it's like, of fucking course we do. Like you're not, you hit the nail right on the head. Like,
While having a fucking blindfold around you.
mm-hmm.
Traditionalists hate losing control and their fixed, distinct gender roles, which they want to reclaim. They
Losing
brainwash,
control.
uh, they brainwash impressionable men and women into believing that they are lost and confused about their place in the world because of feminism and lack of traditional values, thus enforcing toxic masculinity and femininity. Unfortunately, many people share these unconscious and deeply embedded beliefs. For example, the vast majority of women still taking their husband's last names without question when they marry. That's
That's
why is
what you're
that such a
supposed
big?
to do. And also, like, why is that a bad thing? Like, these people cannot answer the question. It's like, why is that a bad thing? You're just
If,
saying this shit to say it because it's what you were taught to parrot.
if I could like show my fucking face on the camera, I'm literally like smacking my head so fucking hard right now. You have no idea.
Daniel Larson style.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Many women still believe that their sole purpose in life is finding a man and being a mother, believing that mothers are better at taking care of children than men, and shaming and identifying as a feminist. That's again literally hitting the fucking nail on the head with a fucking blindfold around you. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's not that hard. I mean, like you said before, Scurvy, she indirectly said that you're right. Especially when the kids are younger, they are better at taking care of those young kids.
Mm-hmm.
When they're
Like,
older, they kind of enter the father's world, as
yeah,
TF
that's kind of when dad like gives the kids, like, especially like the boys, like, telling them about like life experience, getting them to like, go learn how to lift weights and whatnot.
hmm Hey, Scurvy, I gotta go piss Max real quick.
Alrighty, I'll
If
keep
you
Chad entertained.
if you'd like to read this paragraph, you can.
Sure, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm done reading it.
I'll be back in a minute.
Alrighty, boys, let's continue this, shall we? I'll do a little funny voice for this too. I've been laughed at for being a feminist. I remember in my sociology A level class at school, an all girls school, when fucking sociology, man. That shit is such a lot of that shit is such bullshit. When my teacher asked the girls in my class to put up their hands if they identified as feminists, perhaps maybe 2 or 3 girls in a class of 30, including myself, put up their hands. That's 10% or less. Like, okay, I'm not sure what year this was in, but in general, teenagers really should not be politically active. Like, that politics is very much a realm for the adults, not for children. Excuse me. Um, I'll never forget the sneers of the other girls, as if being a feminist was something shameful and abnormal. It kind of is. It's certainly the shameful part. Many women are still ashamed to identify as feminists because of the negative connotations and stereotypes radi- and stereotypes, radical man-hating lesbians. I'm a feminist, yet I'm a heterosexual, non-radical, and I don't hate men. No, you kind of do. I could tell by the words, the seething anger from the words that are in this article. Uh, I don't think you like men. Because for sure you're not trying to appeal to the guys you actually want. You're here writing a stupid fucking article about women who have the life that you want. I think women are just as guilty as men of enforcing inequality and harmful double standards and gender stereotypes. These women allow men and other women to get away with the toxic behaviors such as slut shaming, which I find that women are more guilty of than men. You're not wrong. However, at the same time, it's like I don't know. I don't know. Women are fucking strange creatures at times. Um, and the mommy mafia. Oh, that's totally not seething in anger. That relish in criticizing and shaming other mothers, never fathers. It's not just that men need. It's not just men that need to change, but women too. Oh, that was a slog to get through. That was a fucking slog. Like
But hey, you made it.
the bitterness in her words, the fucking the fucking like contradictions and fallacies in this paragraph alone are astounding.
Yeah. She's like, oh, this is bad, but men need to change, but women too. It's like you said, Scurvy. They're strange creatures. How can you fucking contradict yourself so much? You're agreeing yet disagreeing at the same time.
It's like that SpongeBob meme with the book, the blue and the red book, and Sponge is trying to look at both of them at the same time, but his eyes are just like his eyes are all like all over the place.
um, let's see. Any keywords that we got here?
I found this this sentence of many women are still ashamed to identify as feminists because of the negative connotations and stereotypes, and she lists radical man
Men
hating
hating
lesbians.
lesbian.
But that's the thing. It's like a lot of them, even if they are heterosexual, it's like they sure act like the stereotype.
Oh, are you
It's almost
saying
like
you?
stereotypes exist for a reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, Scurvy, we ought to fucking find out where this bitch lives and tell her job how that heterosexuals can never hate men or only lesbian. You oh, if you're lesbian, you can only hate men. That sounds a little offensive, don't you think?
I mean, this okay. So I have a feeling this author is either from Australia or England, which is Skaven land. I don't really feel like talking to a bunch of rats with horse teeth.
You mean black teeth from all that sugar?
Yeah.
Treadwives encourage the already fragile need for gender conformity, which then leads right back to women complaining about inequality and wanting change. It's a vicious circle. Bitch, we're just circling the fucking drain. They have every fucking right that men do. They're still complaining. It's
If
not.
not more, they probably have more rights than men at this point. Especially if you're living in the West. It's like
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
recall men having the ability to completely like it happened, though it does happen rarely. I don't recall the guy being able to basically steal half of somebody's wealth.
Let alone fucking send them to jail just saying she did this.
Mm-hmm.
These treadwives will soon be complaining about how their husbands don't lift a finger around the house and use the argument he works all day while she just sits around all day with the kids. Tell me how much you love being a treadwife and what a choice it is once the dark reality hits. Um, we still kind of get that he works all day and never is around to see me argument from fucking bitches who get bored. So
Mm-hmm. and then they use that excuse to cheat, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like what do you fucking what do you fucking want? It's like he's making like a six-figure salary, I assuming, if he's you know constantly dealing with shit from work. It's like he's making some money for y'all, and yet you're not happy about that.
Mm-hmm. The Tradwise say that their lifestyle is a choice and no one is forcing them into it. But are internalized beliefs really a choice? Okay, nobody puts a gun to their head and tells them they have to be a trad wife, but they've subconsciously been brainwashed by society and fundamentalists. We could okay, so just teaching kids something is brainwashing. I mean, we could definitely say that about what the fucking leftists do, or maybe what the fucking feminists did to you, lady.
And also, gotta attack the religious people somehow. Can't 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 go with one of these articles without bashing the Christians yet again.
Hmm. What enlightened women would really want to spend her life blindly serving a man and offspring, sacrificing her own needs and interests?
But
Well,
her
I
needs
mean,
are being met.
you could say, would a man really want to spend his life blindly serving a woman who doesn't lift a fucking finger at all, sacrificing his own needs and interests? No, but that's what they fucking do, especially in this age, since simping is at an all-time high, or at least it
Hmm.
was, till the red
Oh, it's
pill
getting
came.
worse. The simp epidemic is a full on pandy.
Yeah, I
Can't
feel
say
like it's
that
a
word on
big
YouTube.
yeah, I feel like it's a big gap that's forming. It's kind of like, oh, the middle class is starting to fade, and there's only the rich and the poor. It's starting to become the normies are starting to fade, and it's only the red pill and the blue pill.
Yeah, basically, like you know, people are picking their sides, but honestly, it's like I'm certainly not on the side of Andrew fucking Taint.
Yeah, I don't. How can I put it? Like, I would say yes, I am red pill, but like true red pill, because Andrew Tate, he's really just a red pill fraud,
Mm-hmm.
or Donovan Cuck or whatnot.
Donna Cuck
Um,
Shart.
yep. Traditionalists say that women are pressured into having careers and balancing work and childcare. I mean, yeah, that's literally what the government and society incentivizes them to fucking do.
Send those kids off to daycare where they're learning and being shroomed into very radical left wing ideologies.
Or where they're being taught fucking naked lesbian dance theory shit.
Underwater basket weaving.
Yeah, but at least
uh,
that's actually some little bit of skill.
yeah, that is true, though. Not sure you're going to get a job with that one.
Hmm. So it's okay for a man not to have that dilemma. There's so much emphasis on mom guilt, mothers who feel guilty for going back to work or having some time for themselves. Yet you don't have the notion of dad guilt. It's absurd. What? What? Fucking mom
Dad
and dad
guilt?
guilt? The only dad guilt there would probably be is like if you left your fucking kid. But
Yeah,
ugh,
basically.
reading this shit's rotting my fucking brain. It's absurd. Kind of like this article. In that case, what is the point of a child having a father if little apart from financial support is required from him? Money isn't everything. A father's love, time, and attention is precious to a child. Yeah, bitch, you don't say. I know that from my own experience. I would have loved to have spent more time with my dad if it were possible. I believe that a father should just be as present as a mother in raising the children.
No shit. And a dad should actually be present. Oftentimes it's like when it comes to dads, it's like he's just physically there, but he's not truly there. But yeah, dad should absolutely be truly there in their kids' lives.
Mm-hmm.
That perhaps if that was the case, we might not have so much of the bullshit we're enduring right now.
Yeah, by far that, those three sentences right there are the only two that are actually good. It's criminal how governments only give men a measly 2 weeks of paternity leave. Men should have just as much paternity leave as women.
I could actually agree with that. I think it was like a TED talk that I listened to one time. It's like I think the guy was, guy had a son, right? And it's like, I look, I know it's like a little unusual, but it's like I actually want to be there in the early, for my son's early years. Like I understand I didn't have that. I didn't have a good relationship with my dad, but I want to be the one to change that with, with my son. I want to be a good dad. So, and he got a pretty lengthy amount of paternity leave. I believe like 5 years.
And what is paternity leave? Is that like
It's like maternity leave where it's like you need, you need to because you're having a kid or whatnot, you need to leave,
oh,
but
your job?
you still get paid somewhat. And
Oh, okay.
so yeah, like typically, maternity leave is the, that you still get paid a little bit more.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I see. The government really needs to come up with a scheme where both parents can work part time or at home in order for childcare to be split evenly between both parents. Although there have been many great changes in equal rights for women, there are many areas that are still far behind, and the trad wife movement threatens progress.
Is that such a bad thing though? It's like not all progress is good. Like
Yeah,
progress for the sake of progress, that will always lead to societal decay.
like or scientific progress. I wish we focused more on that. Like if we if we focused our government funds on fucking scientific biological research, we could have fucking high speed subways that go from California to New York in an hour. But nope, they've
Nope, that's
our
not
government
going to happen. They're too busy funding lesbian dance theory studies from
in
the
fucking
University of
Pakistan.
wherever in Pakistan.
No, straight up, like literally, they
Yeah,
have.
they try to do that.
Mm,
And yet these people are the ones who complain about colonialism, but they're doing the same fucking thing. It's the same. I'd argue they're doing an even worse version of it, where you're trying to completely subvert the the values of a people that actually work and replace them with values that just create chaos wherever they go.
mm-hmm. Feminists sadly are not taken seriously, and people tell us to stop complaining, but people don't want to listen to the truth. What fucking truth? People
It's all lies.
Yeah. People are scared of the truth and scared of change, hence reverting back to what they know and tradition. Sometimes change ain't really all that fucking good. Sometimes change is bad. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Scurry, here's an analogy.
Alrighty.
Hurricane Katrina comes up in the southern states. Is it a fucking change? Sure. Is it a good change?
Hell fucking no.
Yeah, it destroyed a bunch of fucking buildings. Fucking people lost their homes.
People died too.
That people lost fucking family members. Change doesn't always equal good. Sometimes keeping things how they worked for thousands of years is
Is a good thing.
probably the for the best.
It works for a reason. Like, why
Hmm.
try to destroy something that's already working?
Yeah. Do not try to fix what isn't broken.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, venti
Burp.
fucking moment. While some traditions are positive, enhance feelings of identity, culture, and togetherness, some traditions either need to be re examined or no longer have any place in an evolved and modern society. I mean, we kind of already covered that.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a daughter, I would be mortified and extremely disappointed if she wanted to be a trad wife.
Oh my god. Mother of the year right here.
Well, what if?
She'll probably change her mind on that if she has a son. That's typically
Mm,
what happens with a feminist. It's like they might actually like unless she's like a single mom or something. But if she's married and has a son, it's like that actually is a big key in like kind of de-radicalizing them a bit, because it's like shit, it's like now I have a son, and it's like maybe there are some things that from the past that are a good thing, but then I mean you also have the mothers who are just like, I'm going to take my kids to a pride parade because I want to show them love is love, even though what they're seeing is a bunch of fucking degeneracy. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't think kids need to be seeing grown men wearing dog masks and them having leashes on. I don't
And
think they need to
fisting
see
each other in
that.
the fucking literally. I remember Ribby the Party Frog saying that on Chronic Stream. Like he came out of a bar. There was a pride parade going on, and he literally walked up. Two
Oh,
men were knelt over, fisting each other in the fucking street.
oh, that's vile. That's literally that. So many people are okay with like this is like people pulling off literal dreamy bowl type shit in public in these parades. Like, what is it supposed to exactly be? Just like a showcase of degeneracy? It's another reason why a lot of the more traditional parts of the world, we're a fucking laughing stock. Like, that's a big reason why.
Yeah, our country has become a joke at this point. I hate to say it, but you know,
Basically,
America
there's a
had
reason
so
why
much
people say
potential.
clown world.
Hmm. Um, yeah, so you'd be disappointed if she wanted to be a trad wife. Oh, well, what happened to freedom of choice, feminist? What if she chose to be a trad wife? Huh?
Well, yeah, like you didn't she say something about freedom of choice earlier in this article?
Mm-hmm. How's the Scurvy? I'm gonna send you something funny, and if I can, I'm gonna play it on stream after I finish this article. Um, um,
Alrighty.
if I had a daughter, I'd raise her to be a strong, independent with her own aspirations and dreams. A woman doesn't need to be a rocket scientist or have a top position in a corporate company to have dreams. I'm not a corporate workaholic career girl. I'm a freelance ESL teacher and writer and perfectly happy with that, even if I don't earn loads of money. I would like to, of course, but who wouldn't? I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have aspirations to further my business and writing, but for the time being, I'm happy and I wouldn't give up that take care of a man child or be a full-time mother. Fine,
Note how she uses that phrase man
man
child.
child.
When in that kind of relationship, he's he's working his ass off at the job. Like, how is
Yeah,
that a man child?
yeah. I guarantee you, like if if some rich Giga Chad approached her and said, "What's up, baby girl?" I guarantee she'd drop all that fucking shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Another pertinent point is what happens when or if the trad wife's husband leaves her and trades her in for a younger model once his wife no longer fulfills her purpose. Well, maybe if she did her fucking job and he still does that, like if she gave him kids and whatnot, then yeah, I'm gonna hold the guy accountable. But like,
Like
if
that's
not,
not that's a shitty thing for the guy to do, but it's like if the thing is if the woman is if they grow old together, he's not going to bounce on her because there's a younger model. That doesn't happen. Like,
yeah.
she's talking about something that doesn't happen.
Well, it does, but it's rare. Like, do you know who does do that, Scurvy? The top five, the top 1%.
Basically,
Um, some traditional men like the comfort of having a wife to cook and clean for them, serve their needs, and a mistress on side for sexual gratification. Well, maybe the wife should be doing that. This is ultra traditional setup leads men to think that women serve a certain purpose. Anyway, back to the point. Say the husband leaves the wives. How will she cope, especially when she has to find a job when her husband will no longer support her? Or what will happen when and if he dies and she will be clueless when it comes to having to deal with bills and finances? How will a divorced or widowed triad wife fend for herself, especially find a job with little relevant skills or experience? Being a triad wife is not so practical when you're faced with the uncertainty of life. Um, I will definitely say I feel bad for widows. Like the only type of uh,
Yeah,
single woman is that what I really feel bad for is a fucking widow.
yeah, that is the case. It's like it's not it's not fun like to lose the person you spent your life you wanted to spend your life with.
And that
Like
she did
not from like
everything
old
right.
age, but like when somebody dies of like old age, that's a little different, but like
Well, because it comes natural, right?
yeah, but like to have your husband die in a war which he didn't need to fight in, it's like that's fucking brutal. Though personally for me, it's I know there are some guys who would be okay with dating like a widow or something. It's like I think that's the one excuse. It's like it's if she's not a widow, it's like no, like no. I don't know why guys go after single mothers. Like I don't get that.
Well,
And
I
even
know
still
why.
with
It's because they're desperate.
it's like with the widow, it's like you still have a big shoes to fill. Like that's not easy. It's
Hmm.
not easy to do that. So it at the end of the day, for young men, that's also not exactly worth it either.
Hmm. But as for a divorce mom, well, I mean, for the most part, if she does everything right, if she does what she's supposed to do, she won't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
If she fulfills her husband's emotional needs and his sexual desires, if she, cooks him some nice food and he gets the house tidied up, she won't have anything to do, really worry about too much.
Hmm.
I understand that my views may be unpopular and that I come across as the angry feminist cat lady. They're catching on with the fucking insults, huh? I'd rather be a single cat lady and be truly free than a Stepford wife trapped in an outdated and archaic institution and have my voice, frustrations, and inequalities muted and ignored. Well, that's the thing. They say it's like, oh, a trad woman must be fucking silenced no matter what. You know, I, especially if you're married to a good man, he'll listen to you. He'll be there to emotionally support you. It's just when it comes to things that are degenerate, like, oh, I want to fly out to fucking Asia and fuck this bad boy over here, then yeah, it depends on what they want to voice out or their inequalities or frustrations are.
Basically.
Oh, thank fucking God. No.
Ugh.
Okay, yeah, finally it's over. I can, I can finally get that out of here. Close that fucking tab. Ooh.
Ooh, that that image at the end of it. Ooh,
Well, no,
ooh.
not even that. That fucking article makes my brain rot. Ugh.
The amount of logical fallacies that are in that alone, it's like, oh my god, oh my god.
Mm-mm. Did you see what I sent you on Discord?
Oh yes, I did. I'm very. My goodness, Uh, oh man, I know this. I know this one. One of the greatest forms of propaganda, and you're using it on children.
Yep.
Totally not shrooming. That's totally not shrooming.
Yep.
Totally not trying to get them to be confused. I mean, that's literally something the fucking queer theorists literally say. It's like the purpose is to confuse. And it's like you can't get more blatantly obvious than that. These people telling themselves all the time But yet, if we just because we disagree with them, we can't say that. We can't say that they're doing this, even though they clearly are.
Yeah, it's. I remember it was this meme that Hammerhand had put up. Um, is like, these commies who burn American flags. Oh, it's freedom of speech. But the minute those guys set the fucking LGBT flags on fire, it was like, find out find who did this and kill them or whatnot.
Imagine if that was me. I'm not. I think they'd be confused as to whether or not. Hey, should we hang this guy, or should we, or is he just joking? I think they'd have. These NPCs would have such a fucking short circuit, like a
Mm-hmm.
mass short circuit event.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna see if I can try to if I can present this. Hold on. Let's see. Video file.
Hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish.
Yep.
Swish, swish.
Hey! You need to leave? No, bitch!
No, bitch.
I'm not touching that one.
Based kid.
Yeah, based kid. There are some of the young ones who actually do know when they're being tricked. I was not one of those kids growing up. I was, and still kind of am, very dense.
Yeah. I remember when I was in elementary school, and this was like right when the LGBT crap in the public schools was just starting to kick off. They were trying to show us like some kind of Elmo Sesame Street LGBT acceptance crap, and it was during lunchtime, right? And it always fucking made me lose my appetite. Well, my best friend at the time, he took a handful of his fucking grits or whatnot and threw it at the fucking TV.
Nice.
Yep, he threw it like a
Like
turd
now,
flinging
now
monkey.
they now they need to rely on Elmo to push their degenerate propaganda.
Well,
Blue's Clues too.
oh no, they got that one too.
Yeah, that was like almost 3 years ago now. Like, oh man, it is well probably what like I don't know what the fuck happened to. Oh wait, I know what happened to like children's entertainment. People who should not be in there are in there. Ideologues, nepotism. I mean, there's actually a pretty interesting video by Easy Peasy about just like how crazy and nepotistic like places like Disney TV animation and Cartoon Network are. And yeah, there's also herpes going around those places too.
Oh yeah, it's like you said, the people who shouldn't be in there are in there. They don't care
Mm-hmm.
about telling good stories. They either care about, political messages or about money.
Yep.
Have you ever seen Attack on Titan before?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I'm not too big of a fan of it, but I do find the memes to be funny.
I came up with this with this spoof, this red pill spoof idea of it. I call it Attack on Blue Pill.
Attack on Blue Pill. So we're fighting these giant beta male cucks or something.
Well, um, not really. This is how I thought it. So essentially, all the humans are a race of sentient dollar bills called the Grigas, right? And all the Titans are a bunch of fat ass post wall bitches or single moms or some shit, and they fucking consume all the fucking money. They try to eat the dollars and shit
Yeah.
because that's what they do. They support the drain on tax money. Um, and the 9 Titan shifters are essentially like the Giga Chad Grigas of the warband. Like Chaz is the chitin Titan. Ribby's either like the amphibious or the drunk Titan. Mac the Snapper is the shellback Titan. Chronic is either I was thinking either the undead or the stoned titan. Grey Ghost is just I guess the spirit titan or something.
So, fourth of all, I'm actually going to send you something that I want you to play for the audience. This is a video I've sent to the Chronic server before, and the amount of 100 reactions that I've gotten on it, like when I first posted it, there's like, oh my god. And I was gonna have a full-on Dreamy Bowl moment right then and there.
Huh. Here, I'm gonna put myself on mute so I don't overplay it. Have a quick look at it.
Yeah.
And just keep chat entertained for now.
Alrighty. Let's see. I probably should go back to the stream. Let's see. Go live. There we go. Alrighty. As I was saying, when I posted that video that I sent to Fourth Wall, I was in the amount of reactions that I got, I was like, I'm about to fucking us. Even when I'm on somebody else's stream, I can't help but make those funny references. But yeah, chat's doing pretty good. You guys doing good? I would assume so. I know some of y'all are viewers of mine too, so give my boy Fourth Wall some love. Get that subscription count up. Let's get him to 25 subscribers today. If we could do that, I will be one very happy orange. But let's see. Anything else that's on Scurvy's mind?
Okay, I'm seeing it right now. I love it, but I'm trying to see if I can download it. I don't know if it's gonna let me do that though. Fuck.
It probably will let you. All you just need to do is click on that link, and you'll be and you can download it from there.
I didn't know there was a link. Okay, let me.
Sorry, Scurvy's been having this nasty cough today. I mean, that's still not going to stop me from going out tonight, that's for sure. I may have a cold or whatnot, but I'm still going to go out. And besides, I do kind of view a lot of people like just completely beneath me. So yeah. So I do meet some interesting folks at the bar every now and then. So those guys I do respect.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna mute both of us for a second, and then I'm gonna play the clip.
Alrighty.
Yes, women. It is sometimes said that women and children are placed together because they are the same thing. And this post certainly shows a child's level of observation and understanding. A man extrapolated to his greatest political extremes is a fascist, and contrarily, a woman extrapolated to hers is a libertarian socialist at best and a communist at worst. Both of these phenomena are easily observable by voting patterns both historically and in recent years. Female voting patterns reflect their nature and their increasing push for a globalist welfare nanny state. To quote Jordan Peterson, everything is an infant to a childless woman. That unfortunately includes themselves, along with third world migrants and criminals, and yet like children, they are also quite capable of immense selfishness, as illustrated by the OP. Promiscuity is harmful. Women have historically voted for policies such as no-fault divorce with disastrous consequences. Women should dress modestly, and women should take accountability for their choices. The proposition that pointing these out would scare women into voting Democrat is laughable, because if it were true, then women would be the ultimate hypocrites, or perhaps they already are. The policies women have voted for, especially in recent years, have made things clearly worse for them, especially in regards to violence and sexual crime. By OP's logic, this along with the left's clear contempt for women when it comes to issues such as trans athletes athletes in women's sports should have caused a mass exodus to the right years ago, and yet it hasn't and likely never will. Just because women have the freedom to vote does not mean they have the freedom to think. They will almost always follow the cultural zeitgeist or whatever cause is better at appealing to their emotions regardless of the fallout, or whatever they think their group will agree with. This is because those incapable of defending themselves, such as women and weak men, process information differently. It comes down to a primitive survival instinct, a sort of consensus-based social filter. The question isn't, is this true? Instead, the question is, will everyone else be okay with me thinking this is true? How will this affect my standing in the group? This makes women especially vulnerable to manufactured consensus and easy to emotionally manipulate into supporting leftist causes. And on the subject of repealing the 19th Amendment, ask yourself, do we really need 170 million voters who need to be emotionally manipulated out of voting for civilizational suicide?
Well, that video sure was something. I hope the chat enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, that was a really based, good red pilled statistical type of video. Let's see, move that. Yeah, I like that. I'm a keep it. I'm gonna hold on to that
Go
one.
right ahead. Spread it around too. I mean, you know, memes are indeed meant to be spread.
Yeah. As soon as I get my Rumble formed out, I'm gonna post it on there.
So fourth wall, just to let you know, I only have about like 30 more minutes. Then I'm gonna be getting me some dinner.
Alrighty, that's cool. Let's see if I got some articles stashed here.
See, I did see a chat from Night Llama. Scurvy on the Yujiro Hanma vibe. You are beneath me, beta. Like quite literally. Even though some of the guys who do go to the bars that I go to, it's like they are physically stronger, probably, but I like they act and behave like simps. So
Yeah, that's what the saddest part is that like they could be like such a fucking giga chad and just like get all these bitches, but they gotta stoop down to the blue pill level.
yep, and even so, it's just like they're not even choosing. Like I wouldn't have so much of a problem with it if the women that they were choosing were, you know, decent. But considering this is the bar we're talking about, a college bar, it's like, yeah, you're not really going to be finding quality there. And even then,
are they hot at least, or like any of the chicks over there hot, or
oh, for fucking sure. That I'll tell you that. I mean,
just not quality? They're not quality, but they're hot.
that's basically it. They're just hot. Like the chick that I'm actually into. You know, she's on the spectrum like me, and
Oh,
and the thing is, I get like when I'm talking with like some of the peer coaches in the program that I'm in, it's like I just casually mention, like, you know, I know like jujitsu and I lift a lot of weights, and when she heard that, she could not stop glancing at me for a while. So that's compared to the other guy who also likes her too. It's like it's literally a mouth breathing beta male. Like holy shit! I had the cold that I have was much worse yesterday, but I could still breathe in and out through my nose. So, and also the fact that my words have conviction behind them too, and that's something else too. I've basically gamed this chick's pre-selection instinct. I live on my own. I know how to. I could live on. You know, I live on my own just fine. I, you know, I got things going on in my life. You know, I can, you know, I could play a little game sometime. You know. I know how to. I know, like, I've gotten a lot better at comedic timing. That's for sure. And then also, it's like I know how to fight, and I'm also pretty disagreeable. Like
When you say
I'm
disagreeable, what do you mean by that?
So I think it was like last Friday. I was asked. She and I we were talking about Pokemon. I know, typical Spurg interest, but
No, that's fine. I
I
like
just
Pokemon.
outright said, like, the more recent games have just been slop. Like
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet's a buggy mess, and she said I haven't had any bugs or glitches, and I said, well, you don't. Aren't you a lucky one? You have a copy. You have a copy from the gods of the game. Don't you have a copy of the game from the gods now, don't you?
Mhm.
That little bit of like wit and a little insulting, I guess.
Huh.
But at the same, or joking around more so. But for some reason, women like that. I don't know why,
Well,
but
well, they like a guy who's not, you know, you it's not, I don't know what the word is, but you're not submissive, you know?
well, disagreeable. Like that's part of being disagreeable.
Ah,
Like
I gotcha.
and then I was also I did ask her. She does have good taste in choosing a starter Pokemon. For Gen 5, she chose Snivy. Same
Hmm.
with me. So what can I say?
When it comes to Pokemon, I grew up on the anime first, and then I got into
Mm,
the games.
same here.
Okay, so who was like did you have a crush like on any of the Pokemon girls when you were young?
Oh, like when I was a kid, I think my childhood crush was Princess Peach.
Oh, hmm.
That, and then I think in terms of Pokemon, like I think, like I don't know, I found Dawn to be annoying at first, but then it's just like, she's all right.
Hmm.
But yeah,
When I was young,
Princess Pesh is something.
peaches, 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 peaches. You seen the Mario movie?
Yeah, it's like my second favorite movie of the year. My first one is Godzilla -1.
I didn't see that one actually.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. And you like, oh man, also the limited black and white version of the film that stopped a few days ago.
Uh,
But yeah, easily movie of the year 2023 for sure.
I want to say Shin Godzilla is probably my favorite film.
Oh, that's a good one too. You know who it was directed by, right?
No, I don't.
The same guy who made Neon Genesis Evangelion, Hideaki Anno. He's also involved. He also made
Uh,
he let's see, to go through his entire like history. That's gonna take us all day, and I only have about 20 minutes left here, so I
yeah,
won't do that.
yeah. I was gonna say it kind of felt a little bit similar to that film, but yeah. Well, Scary, what was your, I guess, like your favorite or maybe funniest bar experience?
My favorite bar experience. Well, I guess chicks cannot get enough of the sunglasses I bring.
Uh,
Practically everybody wants to try them on. Not even just chicks. But hey, I go with my own sense of style. So I'm not dressing up like I don't know, like a lot of the other guys do.
like, do they wear a suit and tie or some shit?
No, I don't think anybody. These are college bars we're talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
But yeah,
don't think they do that.
I have like a nice jacket. I have my cool looking shades. I also have a pretty nice hat too. And then I also bring my headphones with me because I'm not a fan of the music that they play. So I like to let people listen to the shit I like.
Yeah. Anytime I've seen a college bar, they're either playing mumble rap or fucking Cardi B, my pussy type shit.
My ponite,
Hmm.
my ponite is so wide. I like it's not even shit like that.
My puniti looks like someone stuck a roast beef sandwich on the muzzle of a shotgun and pulled the trigger.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Mm. A funny but tragic thing I heard was there was these two kids roasting each other using "Yo Mama" jokes, and one of them said,
What?
Yo Mama's so ugly that no one bought her fucking OnlyFans."
Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's
It'd be
funny but
funny if it was,
tragic.
yeah, if it wasn't so tragic, I could actually laugh. But like the
Did
bad
the
part
kid's
is,
mom actually have an OnlyFans?
yeah,
Oh, I mean that if there was a Yo Mama competition, like that actually that actually would be pretty funny. But knowing the context of it, it's like that is fucking tragic.
yeah,
That
I'm probably just gonna steal that and just use that on anyone who tries to fuck me. I'm going like, "Yo, mama's so ugly," or "Yo, mama's so fat that no one bought her fucking OnlyFans."
Yep.
uh, Another joke. How does a non-binary samurai kill its enemies?
I have no idea.
They slash them.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
It's like it reminds me of ah so wait, it's like that Mario joke. Mario saying, let me see them titties."
Let me see them titties. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I also have like this meme on my phone where it's like the meme where it's like Lois from Family Guy is looking at like that bottle of pills. For Lois, it's like women who are not interesting in any way, and then the pill bottle is they/them,
Uh,
because that's what a lot of I noticed that a lot like that's what I've noticed a lot is like the amount of people who are it's like they're I don't there's only one guy so far in my classes who goes by they them, but for the most part it's like it's these ugly bitches that are doing that.
yeah, I feel bad for you, dude. I mean,
Also, I literally got so I have this pin. Actually, something interesting from Monday. I found like this Mario Kart pin of the Lightning Cup. I don't know whose it was, but it's like I took it. I was pretty giddy about it, and I got some nasty fucking looks from people. Nasty for
why?
some reason. I have no idea. They're not used to. I guess they're not used to seeing somebody on the spectrum just kind of spurg out in a more positive way before. I have no idea. But people can be so fucking nasty for like unreasonably so. It's like
Yeah.
why I didn't and it's like even at the bar that like I remember like last Friday. This is actually a big reason why I don't go out on Fridays anymore because the crowd is just so awful and like so assholey. And it's
Yeah.
just like I got screamed at for like accidentally like brushing up on a chick's shoulder because we're packed like fucking sardines in a bar.
Hey,
And
don't
literally I
insult
said
sardines like that. They're actually good meat.
and then I literally said to her, it's like I'm not into you at all. There's somebody else I like. So I was being an asshole back. She started it.
Hey, bitches
So
love assholes.
yeah, and she's like, well, yeah, I have a there's a man that I like, and I'm just like, well, can I see him? I'd like to see him.
Hmm.
But it's like, and I told her, it's like, yeah, no, yeah, she wouldn't be caught. Like, girl, she wouldn't be caught dead in a place like that. I could kind of tell she's probably not too keen on, I guess she's probably like me to an extent when it comes to noise. But it's like I bring my own tune, so I'm okay with noise. But
Yeah,
holy fucking shit, it's like people can be nasty,
I
and I think
know.
I've seen that same bitch at the gym too.
Uh, just
So
pray to God that you don't look in her, stare in her direction or some shit.
my
Although,
whole boy, like my because that's something else. That's another little quirk about my autism. It's like I have a very hard time sitting and like standing still without like I do look and kind of act like I'm on drugs. So
Uh,
Like, and I'm also somebody who constantly needs to be aware of his surroundings because like nobody else gives me the courtesy that I'm giving them. It's like I'm more than willing to like get out of somebody's way. Like I don't know why people are so like what's the phrase here? I guess full of themselves that it's like they're not even being considerate of like the other people walking around in their general vicinity.
right.
And it's like, oh my god, like I almost bumped into somebody when I was getting lunch today because I was the one who stopped, but he was still walking. Like I could tell that like I was not going to move until he moved. And so it's like no etiquette whatsoever.
Yeah. Uh, fucking when I was at the Mardi Gras dance party and shit, some random guy who was like, he was fucking. The dude had a beer in his hand, so clearly he must have been drunk off his ass. He was wearing a cowboy hat. He just comes up to me and goes, "You look like Joe Burrow's retarded cousin," just repeatedly. I'm like, cool, okay.
What?
I mean, I kind of do look like Joe Burrow, um, but yeah, he just kept following me around the damn dance floor. I'm like, bro, do you got a problem, or can you go bother somebody else?
Oh man. I've had I guess instances like that too. Oh, here's another reason why I don't go out on Fridays cuz like so I saw one of my neighbors from my apartment. I wanted to say hi, catch up or whatnot. And she, I don't know. I mean, it clearly wasn't her boyfriend. I think he thought I was a threat to trying to get in her pants, and it's like I'm not interested. I'm not interested in her. Like she like it's like I just wanted to talk and like catch up. And the guy said like you make women uncomfortable. I was like what? I was just like what?
Yeah,
And it's not the first time that happened to me before too. It's like it happened at the gym like a few months back, and basically the guy and the gym staff actually know me and were on my side. It's like they know, like I'm not trying to hit on people,
yeah.
but
According to
turns
my
out
ex-girlfriend, I like look scary or something.
that's not a bad thing at all. I try to look fucking scary.
Yeah,
That's also a
it's
that's also a thing about attraction too. It's like you gotta like not only do you have to look good, but you also have to look a little fierce too. Not too fierce, but it's like yeah, I'm a tall guy, and I only keep getting bigger. I keep on getting more muscle, and it's like
mhm.
that is certainly intimidating, but you do have to moderate that with like having a cool head and all that. But that's
Yeah,
something else too that chicks find attractive. It's like shit. It's like he knows what he looks like he could actually beat up somebody in a fight. It's
yeah,
not going to be me though. I know he'll protect me, and so the anxiety goes off in their heads, and it's like, well, like stuff like that. It's pretty primal and it's normal, but I don't know why it's like like you look scary, but it's like so I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I'm not gonna bite no one.
I ain't gonna bite you.
Um, yeah. Wait, are you in Frost's Discord server?
I'm not.
He has a fitness Discord server. I could probably message it to you or some shit. Uh, well, if you're interested, but
I'll think about it.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, another time was because I just got my how can I say this, conceal pew pew carry
Ooh,
license
nice.
just recently. Um, back in like late January, I was picking up my glasses because I had to get a new pair. I was driving back home and some chick almost ran into me with her fucking truck. and I was driving, and you know that thing they do when someone gets pissed off and they start beeping their horn at you driving alongside, and they're like, "Pull over, pull
Yeah.
over." Yeah, she was talking shit. I flip her off. I'm like, "Fuck you! You shouldn't have been speeding." And when we hit the stoplight, her boyfriend or like her simp or something tries to get out the. He looked like think before you zink. You know, think of think
Man.
of think before you zinc, but with like a, well, I guess like with a weird goatee and maybe a little bit of a curly emo haircut, something like that. And he starts like pounding on my fucking window. I had that little how can I put like a magnetic lock right underneath the steering wheel where you can
Uh-huh.
reach under. I had my long range hole puncher stored right under there. I pointed it right at him. I'm like, back the fuck off. Not only did he try to fucking run away, but the bitch, she started peeling rubber out of there and left him in the fucking dust.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
That's quite the bitch right there. Not even getting her simp boyfriend to like get in the car with her. That is, yeah, that is kind of scary too.
Mm. It's when you have an actual pew pew pointed at you, you lose all your fucking bass in your voice. It's fucking terrifying.
Mm. Yeah, that's why I can't wait for next Sunday because not this coming Sunday, but the next one. I can't wait to actually like so the jujitsu place I train at. Oh, it's also having a few seminars. I'm gonna try if I'm feeling better. I'm gonna try to go to that first one because it's all about kind of the legality of using jujitsu in a fight. But the
Mm.
second one, it's actually learning how to use a firearm. So I'm very much looking forward to going to that one.
Oh wow, yeah. I did Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for a little bit, but I had to retire because I had to save up on my finances.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
yeah, I got up to, what was it, like two or three stripe blue belt, something like that.
Damn, that's impressive.
Hmm.
I'll also say that I didn't go today because I mean I don't want to get it when I'm sick like this. I don't want to get my fellow trading partners sick, so I
Yes,
had to sacrifice it.
that's
It
courteous
sucks,
thinking.
but yeah, it is the courteous thing to do. And also, it's like, ah, man, I could I had a nice 12-hour long sleep, so that's what happens. That's what happens when you had a that's also something else too. It's like when you're feeling sick like I do, it's like you could drink a lot more, but then it just starts to it catches up on you real fucking quick. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
take it easy tonight. That's for sure.
Hmm. Are you coughing up like? Are you coughing so much to like where you fucking puke or something?
Um, no, not today, nor yesterday. Though I didn't really cough much yesterday. Uh, in terms of yakking, it's like shit. I kind of if I didn't do that, I'd be feeling I don't I'd be feeling way worse.
Because for me, usually, well, I don't know if it's really colds, but more in my case, it's more of a sinus infection. I cough like so fucking much. I start coughing up mucus, and
Mm.
then it gets to a point where I cough so hard I throw up.
Oh damn,
Yeah, it's
that
unpleasant.
sucks.
I mean, at least when I'm doing it with moonshine, at least I don't feel much of it.
Gotcha, gotcha. Moonshine, some pretty strong shit.
Yeah, it was on literally wait, no, you were on Chaz's Christmas stream.
Oh yes, I was. I was probably I was very drunk. Also, it was Ribbies, and Chaz was
Yeah,
on
that one
mine.
too. Yeah, that one too. That was the day I had like some
Whiskey
chocolate
and rum.
martinis, chocolate
Whiskey and
martinis and
rum.
vodka for me. Chaz's stream, I had like 5 or 6 cups of moonshine, and on my sixth or seventh one, that's when I had to fucking yak the first time, and then the second time I was like, okay, I won't puke this time, and the second time it actually got caught on the fucking mic.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and and Gem Power was like, fourth wall, are you shitting in the bathroom or something? I'm like, just no, I had to puke.
Yeah,
I get,
so that's what happened like last night. As soon as I was done with the show, I was like, it's time to go to bed.
oh,
Went
you
to
were
the bathroom.
you were tipsy.
No,
I'll have to
I
catch
was
up.
yeah, I drank so much last night. I didn't think it would be so much, but those 1.75 liter bottles, they're quite deceptive. Holy
Yeah,
shit. But and then let's see. I also remember one time. There was one night where Chronic chugged down a whole glass, like a whole bottle of mead, right?
yeah.
I was listening. I was still listening to this. I also had way too much to drink on that same night, and so, oh man, I think literally I was like, ah shit. I don't feel so good. Literally, when Chronic had to had to yak, that's when I had to do the same. That was so fucking weird. And then I was like, hey, I could still stay up. I can still stay up for the stream. I'll go to bed when the stream's done.
Ooh.
Man, that was funny.
Yeah, wait. I'm gonna play Chaz's probably two of the funniest moments that I had on Chaz's stream real quick, or no, three of them. Oh fuck.
Man, I was like, I hope I sound coherent on Rippy's stream.
Yeah.
I was very much slurring my words almost every single. Like, last night it was the same thing. I forget if I know I didn't do the sermon that I was gonna do, but I forgot if I even did the cancellation segment. I had Sheffo on too, but it's like I forgot.
Yeah. So this is when I threw up on Chaz's stream. It's funny. Check this out.
Oh yeah, I think I was on this one too. I was also very drunk.
That dude.
Wait for it.
Dr. Football, are you okay? Are you okay, Dr. Football? Are you in the bathroom? Are you get your poop, Max?
I said the puke.
Oh, you
Oh, dude, are you okay?
Are you okay?
No, the moonshine got to him.
Motherfucker. Yo, hey, dude, come to me and help me kill this, like...
Damn, dude, damn.
It's so fucking dumb.
I don't think I'd have the fucking nerve to ever want to do that. Like I would just be like okay, let me just mute the mic real quick. I guess my orange intestines aren't feeling too good. I'd say something witty like that, and then I'd say, "Yep, I gotta end the stream, boys. I'm fucking exhausted."
Yep. And then I was telling the fucking child's game with this little piggy.
Yeah.
This is the version he taught.
Yeah, well, this apparently when I was a kid, this is my brother's version that I learned growing up was like so much fucking different, but it was hilarious. This is I was telling it to Chaz, so check this one out.
He taught me, this little piggy got pussy. This little piggy got nut.
This little pig got
This little pig got his dick sucked. This little pig got fucked up.
This little pig got fucked up.
Yeah, we were drunk as fuck.
I remember that.
Piggy went, and
Holy
then he
shit,
bent
I
my last
remember that.
finger so hard that I screamed, ah!
All the way
All the way
home.
home.
Holy shit! Wait, so can you go to the date as to when the stream happened? Like, go to the description because I'm trying. Let's see.
Yeah, this was on.
This was on Christmas Day. Yeah, I was seeing that. Yeah, that was a good stream. I might have been on that one too.
Yeah, you were on it.
When. I forget when, but I probably was also decently drunk as well. It's like even after the rum and whiskey disaster, It's like
No, you were on it. You kept like you were talking about pendulum monsters, and I was
pendulum monsters. Yes,
and I was
of
like,
course
Scurvy,
I was
stop! I was like, Scurvy, stop talking about pendulum monsters. Chaz is
Yu-Gi-Oh.
gonna get pissed off.
That's why I did it. Did
Mm.
he? No pendulum talk. Yes, there it is.
Oh.
No pendulum talk.
Oh, this person actually. Oh, Feral Trout.
Feral
yeah.
Trout, yeah.
I know Feral Trout. He's a close friend of mine in
All right, let's get back to talking about pendulum monsters.
No, guys, let's not do that.
It could have stopped at Synchro Summon, and that's it. All right, Synchro Summon was peak Yu-Gi-Oh.
Guys, stop talking about pendulums or whatnot. Chaz is gonna
It
come
should've
back
stopped
and he's
at
gonna be
Synchro.
pissed.
Fuck
Well,
XYZ.
we mind making Chaz
pendulum.
forget about Yu-Gi-Oh. It's my favorite card game.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
That was fun. That was fun right there. Shout outs to Kite and Chaz. He's actually been on my show a few times too. I do plan on having him on again soon. I just got to think what would be a good something worthy for the Beetle to hop on.
Yeah. And then this is when I started
yakking.
Saying some no, this was after I yacked up. I was eating some PB&Js to sober up.
Damn. Desperate, are we?
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want to fucking
like a simp for single mother Puniti.
Yeah, and then I just blurted out, wait for it.
RNG go burn.
I think, yeah.
Should I stick my dick in the peanut butter jar?
Please don't.
Oh my god!
I was just, should I stick my dick in the peanut butter jar? And then Chaz is like, he's like, please don't.
Oh my god!
Like,
damn!
Why? Why, bro?
Don't do that, please.
Yeah, please don't do that.
No, it's a joke, dude. I'm just trying to be funny.
I know it's a joke, but like, don't actually do it though.
That's what
And then,
I never would in a million years.
Next, he was
Wait, fourth wall.
Yeah.
If you were to actually do that, I probably would make a meme of like Dr. Fourth Ball and a peanut butter jar.
Don't you dare.
Your boy's about to explode. Your boy's about to explode. No. Oh,
you motherfucker. Don't you dare.
Of course I had to pull out a Dreamy Bowl reference. It's my obligation.
Jesus Christ. And then this was probably the funniest thing I've heard Chaz say.
Peanut bussy, right? Get that peanut bussy, bro.
Get that algo.
That's a whole other meaning. That's a whole other meaning of I'm about to nut.
Uzi.
Peanut bussy.
Peanut bussy.
Yeah, that shit was fucking. That was a great stream. I really hope Chaz's channel don't get deleted, but solely because of how chaotic this stream was. It was so fucking hilarious.
No, I don't think it would be. I mean, I say worse stuff on my show on like every time.
Mm. But
I do try. So I do try to lend the courtesy of like, not being a piece of shit. Like if I'm on somebody else's channel, if they're if it's like just me, then I can say that FA word that I'm known for saying a lot.
Oh yeah, foot goat.
Yeah, that one. I say it at least 200 times a day. But when I'm on somebody else's stuff, I do try to tone the chotch levels down. Or somebody else is also streaming, and they're on as well. Like I do try to take the chotch levels down. So that's what happened. So if you saw the little conversation that Saturn and I had about like a religion or whatnot, it's like I kind of had to pull back some of my punches because I didn't want to get her channel taken down. She's actually pretty close to getting monetized on YouTube. So it's like I do want to be courteous of that fact. I did explain that to her as well, and a few other people on the server. It's just like it's like I don't want to get her channel taken down. So because I said something edgy.
Yeah. Have you ever played? You haven't played Cave Story before, have you?
I haven't.
Uh, it was probably like one of the first indie games to ever come out. It came out in 2004.
Yeah,
Um,
I do know what it is. I heard of it.
I loved playing the game. Honestly, it was one of my favorites back in the day.
But yeah, anything else you want me to look at before I get going? I realize I'm actually a little past, but I still have some time before I get me some tacos. So
I don't really have anything else to say. So yeah, I,
honestly, thank you for having me. This is a lot of fun. It's not often that I get to that I'm the one who's the co-host. So yeah, if
yeah,
you want,
it's
feel free. If you want to DM me, if you want if you want to be the first new co-host of 2024 for the Scurvy Rum Show, send me like your profile picture, and I'll add you in to the guest scene on my OBS, and then
mm-hmm.
DM me if you want to hop in or something.
Yeah, all right.
Well, take care, chat. Take care, Fourth Wall. You guys have a good one.
You too, Scurvy. Have a fun time with those tacos. All right. Well, that was a fun stream. How long we got? 2 hours and 6 minutes. Not bad. Have a good one, Scurvy. Well, I'd say that's pretty much the end of the ride. I hope you guys can take care of yourselves. Have a nice day and take it easy, y'all. Take it easy. Bye bye.